The machine is a Niftylift HR12 with PSYOPs fitted. Those who intend to use any machine with characteristics of weight, height, width, length or complexity which differ significantly to the training they have received should ensure that they receive a familiarisation to cover the differences. It is the employer's responsibility to ensure that all operators using equipment are adequately trained and familiarised to comply with current health and safety legislation. Machine-specific familiarisation should follow on from basic training and cover the manufacturer's instructions and warnings, features of the specific model, control functions, safety devices and emergency lowering procedures. All of the above are to be found in the operator's manual supplied with the machine. Height of the HR10 is 10 metres or 33 foot. Maximum platform height is 8 metres or 26 foot. Maximum outreach is 4.5 metres or 14 foot 9 inches. The width of the machine is 1.5 metres and the maximum length when stowed is 4.3 metres. Maximum height when stowed is 1.9 metres or 6 foot 3 inches. Platform capacity 200 kilograms. For the weight of the machine, please check the operator's manual located in the black box in the platform. The maximum ground pressure is located in the operator's manual under the general specifications page. Please check the manual for different variances with different machine models. HR12. Maximum working height is 12.2 metres or 40 feet. Maximum platform height is 10.2 metres or 33 foot 6 inches. Maximum horizontal outreach is 6.1 metres or 20 foot 6 inches. The maximum height when stowed is 1.9 metres or 6 foot 3 inches. The maximum width of the machine can vary. Please check your operating manual to see whether your machine is 1.5 metres wide or 1.8 metres wide. The maximum length when stowed is 4.1 metres. The platform capacity is 200 kilograms. The gradability of the machine is 25%. Again, the machine's weight can vary. Check the operator's manual for different weights recorded in the manual. Before operating your machine, ensure that you fully appreciate all aspects of the machine's operation. Ensure that the operator has read and fully understands the relevant manual covering the machine use, the maintenance and the servicing. Only trained persons are permitted to operate the MEWP. Before use each day and at the beginning of each shift, the MEWP shall be given a full visual inspection and functional test. This includes, but is not limited to, the operating and emergency controls, safety devices, fall protection devices, cables, wiring harnesses, any loose or missing parts, tyres, wheels, decals, warnings. If you find a fault with the machine, or you have any doubts about the machine, immediately isolate the machine, tag the machine and report the machine's fault to your supervisor or manager. Ensure that the operator and safety manual is the correct type and located in the black box inside the platform. Within the operator's manual, there is a list of do's and don'ts that are associated with the safe use of this machine. Please ensure that you read and understand these do's and don'ts to ensure the safe operation of the machine. Before use each day and at the beginning of each shift, the aerial platform shall be given a visual inspection and functional test. Ensure that all guardrails and guardrail systems are fully fitted and fully functional. Check that all labels or decals are in place and legible. Visually inspect the machine for damaged or loose components. Check the platform pivot pins and their tag bolts are secure. Check that batteries are fully charged. The charger has a solid green light and a pulsing red light. Solid green light will indicate that the machine is fully charged. A pulsing red light will indicate that the machine is charging. Before checking any batteries, ensure that you are wearing the correct personal protective equipment. If applicable, check the fuel level. Check that any canopies, covers and guards are in place and secure. Check that the control levers are secure and operate freely. Check that operating buttons and emergency stop buttons function properly. Check the operation of the manual hand pump. Visually inspect all hydraulic hoses and fittings for any damage or any leaks. Check that the tilt alarm is functioning properly. Check the operation of the cage weigh system. Check the condition of wheels, wheel nuts. Check that tyre pressures, if required, are up to the required pressure, or that solid tyres are in good condition and foam-filled tyres are also in good condition. Hydraulic ramping. Your machine may have hydraulic ramping built into it by design. This means that the machine may not stop immediately when a controller is released. Your machine is equipped with an electronic sounder. This is used to provide an intermittent alarm whenever the machine is in operation. Pushing the green power control button or depressing the foot switch in the platform will energise this sounder. This serves to warn personnel of the operation of the machine. Fitted to the top of the control board box, the tilt alarm is a solid state sensor which monitors the inclination of the machine. It directly controls the brake release valve and when the platform is in use, for example the booms are raised. If the inclination exceeds the preset limit, it will disable the drive to the machine and sound the alarm. In order to recover the machine, the platform operation is unaffected, allowing the operator to restore drive when the machine is stowed. It is then possible to drive back onto level ground, fully restoring machine operation. On all models, ensure that the red emergency stop is fully out. Insert the key and turn key switch at the ground control station to ground, fully down. Ensure the function selector hand valve is turned to ground position, fully down. Turn the duty selector in the platform to BAT, which stands for battery, or ENG, which stands for engine. If battery is selected, go to the section in the manual that refers to battery power. If engine is selected, go to the section in the manual which refers to engine. If engine is selected, you have to identify whether you have a cold engine or a warm engine. Cold engine. Turn the main engine ignition switch located beneath the front cover through on to GL. This will engage the glow plug preheat system. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds, then turn key fully to ST, which is start position. The engine will now fire. Warm engine. If you already have a warm engine, turn the main engine ignition switch located beneath the front cover through on to ST, which is start position, and the engine will fire. Boom operation. Push and hold the green power button. Lever 1 operates the telescope. Up will telescope out, down will telescope in. 2 operates lower boom up and down. 3 operates the upper boom up and down. And 4 operates the turntable rotate, up for right and down for left. Emergency controls. Check the operation of the emergency controls every day and before each shift. This is an essential part of the operator's duties. The operator and all ground personnel must be thoroughly familiar with the location and operation of the emergency controls. In the event of an incapacitated operator, turn the key switch at the ground control station to ground. Ensure the function selector hand valve is turned to ground position. Manoeuvre the machine using the ground controls as described earlier. In the event of a machine failure, if all machine power is lost, the manual hand pump can be used to provide hydraulic power to manoeuvre the machine. Operating of the manual hand pump provides hydraulic flow to the valve block selected at the ground controls. This allows the ground person to use the ground controls at the base of the machine, enabling them to pump and at the same time manoeuvre the machine using the ground hand levers. If initial movement of the machine allows the master alarm to reset, normal controls will now be available. This is then the fastest method of lowering the platform to the ground. If the machine is fitted with a cage overload system and the cage comes into contact with a fixed object whilst operating at height, this will be detected as an overload condition. All power to the machine controls will be lost, requiring the machine to be recovered using the manual hand pump. It is sufficient for the cage to be manoeuvred away from the collision point to reset the cage way system, thereby restoring normal machine operation. The cage could then be brought down using the normal platform controls. Following an emergency descent recovery of the platform, fully extend and retract all cylinders from the ground control station before using the machine. When entering the platform, ensure that the drop-down entry bar is closed afterwards. Always remain standing within the platform. Do not attempt to increase your height or reach by standing and/or climbing on the platform guardrails or any other object. Always keep your feet on the platform floor at all times. To prevent damage to the cage step, it is necessary to elevate the booms a minimum of 250mm or 10 inches from their stowed position before slewing. Also, when lowering the booms down to their stowed height, check that the cage step is not directly above the wheel to prevent damage to the step. Similarly, check that the booms are clear of the front canopy to prevent any damage. The drive joystick in the platform control box, up for forwards, down for reverse, left for steer left, right for steer right. All control levers give a fully proportional response, therefore the more the lever is moved away from the centre off position, the faster the functions will become. 2. Operates the platform level function. Push forward to tilt the platform forward, pull back to tilt the platform back. 3. Operates the telescopic function. Push the lever up to telescope out, push the lever down to telescope in. 4. Operates the lower boom. Lift up to elevate the boom, lower down to lower the boom. 5. Operates upper boom. Lift up to elevate the boom, lower down to lower the boom. 6. Operates the swing or rotate. Lift up to rotate left, lower down to rotate right. Driving controls. High drive or hare gives high speed and low gradability. Low drive or tortoise gives low speed and high gradability. Please note that high drive is only available when the booms are in the stowed position. The HR10 or HR12 models will default to low drive speed whenever the booms are elevated. When driving with the booms fully stowed, the tilt alarm is bypassed to allow the Niftylift to be driven in areas where the slope exceeds the 5-degree working limit. In normal operations, the drive is therefore unaffected when driven onto a slope in excess of 5 degrees until the booms are raised, whereupon the drive will be disabled and the tilt alarm would sound continuously. Under no circumstances should any Niftylift series machine be driven on slopes exceeding 25%. In order to maintain the safety of the machine, the operation of the load sensing bar should be checked each day before use. In the case of a machine not responding to the operation of the safety bar, the machine should be immediately isolated, tagged and removed from service. The machine incorporates a load sensing bar that is known as SIOPS. SIOPS stands for Sustained Involuntary Operation Protection System. This senses if the operator has been pushed or fallen against the bar. If the load applied to the front of the bar is greater than the predetermined amount, the foot switch will be disabled to increase operator safety and reduce the possibility of sustained involuntary operation of the cage controls. Please note the green button will illuminate once the foot switch has been disabled, but continue to be available for use at all times. This now allows the operator to use the cage control functions and then manoeuvre the machine to a safe position. To reset the foot switch, first release the load from the front of the bar, then ensure the cage controls are in the neutral position and clear of any objects. Take your foot off the foot switch and then put your foot back onto the foot switch. The foot switch will now be active and full control will now be restored on the machine. Please note, if PSYOPS has been activated and the foot switch is not reset within 5 seconds, if fitted, the blue warning beacon will flash and a warning announcement will sound until the foot switch is reset as described previously.